It's time to welcome up Francis W. Parker!
We are Francis Parker and we own our voices. The title of our piece is Let Us Be Satisfied from Julius Caesar.
Hear me for my cause and be silent, that you may hear. Believe me for mine honor, and have respect to mine honor that you may believe. Censure me in your wisdom, and awake your senses that you may the better judge. If there be any in this assembly, any dear friend of Caesar's, to him I say that Brutus's love to Caesar was no less than his. If then that friend demand why Brutus rose against Caesar, this is my answer. Not that I loved Caesar less, but that I loved Rome more. As Caesar loved me, I weep for him. As he was fortunate, I rejoice at it. As he was valiant, I honor him. But as he was ambitious, I slew him. There is tears for his love, joy for his fortune, honor for his valor, and death for his ambition. Who is here so vile that will not love his country? I pause for a reply. Then none have I offended. I have done no more to Caesar than you shall do to Brutus. Here comes his body, mourned by Mark Antony, who, though he had no hand in his death, shall receive the benefit of his dying, a place in the Commonwealth, as which of you shall not. With this I depart, that, as I slew my best lover for the good of Rome, I have the same dagger for myself, when it shall please my country to need my death.
Give him a statue with all his ancestors. Let him be Caesar.
Caesar's better parts shall be crowned in Brutus. Stay, ho, let us hear Mark Antony.
For Brutus' sake, I am beholding to you.
What does he say of Brutus?
He says for Brutus' sake he finds himself beholding to us all.
'Twere best he speak no harm of Brutus here. Peace, let us hear what Antony can say.
Friends, Romans, countrymen, lend me your ears. I come to bury Caesar, not to praise him. The evil that men do lives after them. The good is oft interred with their bones, so let it be with Caesar. After Brutus' leave, I am beholding to you. Brutus is an honorable man. So are they all honorable men. But Brutus says Caesar was ambitious. He was my friend, faithful and just to me. But Brutus says he was ambitious, and Brutus is an honorable man. He hath brought back many captives home to Rome, whose ransoms the general coffers fill. Did this in Caesar seem ambitious? When that the poor had cried, Caesar hath wept. Ambition should be made of sterner stuff. Yet, Brutus says he was ambitious, and Brutus is an honorable man. I come not to disapprove what Brutus spoke, but here I am to speak what I do know. You all did love him once, not without cause. What cause withholds you then to mourn for him?
Methinks there is much reason in his sayings. If thou consider rightly of the matter, Caesar hath done great wrong.
He begins again to speak.
Here is the parchment with the seal of Caesar. I found it in his closet. 'Tis his will.
The will, the will.
We will hear Caesar's will.
I fear I wronged the honorable man whose daggers did stab Caesar. I do fear it.
They were traitors, honorable men.
They were villains, murderers. The will, read the will.
Here is the will, and under Caesar's seal, to every Roman citizen he gives, to every several man, 75 drachmas.
Most noble Caesar, we'll revenge his death.
Moreover, he hath left you all his walks, his private arbors, and new planted orchards on this side of Tiber. Here was a Caesar. When comes such another?
Never, never. Come, away, away. We'll burn his body in the holy place, and with the brands, fire the traitors' houses. Take up the body.
Go fetch fire.
Now let it work. Mischief, thou art afoot. Take thou what course thou wilt. Scene.
Without further ado, our first team up is Francis W. Parker with Kennedy on deck!
We are Francis Parker, and we own our voices.
The title of our piece is A Divided Nation, taken from Shakespeare's Romeo and Juliet and the Associated Press's Guide to the Fracturing of a Nation.
Two households, both alike in dignity, in fair Verona where we lay our scene. From ancient grudge break to new mutiny, where civil blood makes civil hands unclean.
Tonight we're coming at you from a divided America.
Alas, that love whose view is muffled still should with our eyes see pathways to his will.
The electorate is angry.
The growth in partisan media over the past 2 decades has enabled Americans to retreat into tribes of like-minded people who get news filtered through particular worldviews.
My only love, sprung from my only hate, too early seen unknown and known too late. Prodigious birth of love it is to me, that I should love a loathed enemy.
In a sprawling country of 319 million people, it's easy for most anyone to tuck themselves away in suburbia, the rural heartland, an urban city, or a gentrified neighborhood, and see only those things outside their front window or just down the street.
He jests at scars that never felt a wound.
America is divided by political party, race, ethnic group, religious group, and general outlook on the country's future.
But soft. What light through yonder window breaks, it is the east, and Juliet is the sun.
Romeo, oh Romeo, wherefore art thou, Romeo? Deny thy name and refuse thy father, or, if thou wilt not, be but sworn my love, and I'll no longer be a Capulet. 'Tis but thy name that is my enemy. Thou art thyself, though not a Montague. What's Montague? It's neither hand, nor foot, nor arm, nor face. Be some other name belonging to a man. What's in a name? That which we call a rose by any other word would smell as sweet. So Romeo would, were he not Romeo called, retain that dear perfection which he owes without the title. Romeo, doff thy name, and for thy name, which is no part of thee, take all myself.
I take thee at thy word. Call me beloved, and I'll be new baptized. Henceforth I never will be Romeo.
What man art thou, that thus be screened in night, so stumblest on my counsel?
By a name I know not how to tell thee who I am. My name is hateful to myself because it is an enemy to thee. Had I written, I would tear the word.
How camest thou hither, and tell me, wherefore? The orchard walls are high and hard to climb, and the place death considering who thou art, if any of my kinsmen find thee here. If they do see thee, they will murder thee. I would not for the world they saw thee here.
I have night's cloak to hide me from their eyes, but thou love me, let them find me here. My life was better ended by their hate than death prolonged wanting of thy love. O blessed, blessed night, I am afeard, being a knight, 'tis all but a dream, too flattering sweet to be substantial.
3 words, dear Romeo, and good night indeed.
So thrive my soul.
1,000 times good night.
2 households, both alike in dignity. I think we've lost track of what has built this nation, and that is the fact that we came together as a body of one to build it and make it great. From ancient grudge break to new mutiny,
Where civil blood makes civil hands unclean.
Today we are not so much communicating as miscommunicating, or failing to communicate, or choosing to communicate only with those who think as we do. Too often, we look only for affirmation of our own ideas.
What's big news in one world is ignored in another. Conspiracy theories sprout, anger abounds, and the truth becomes ever more elusive.
Under love's heavy burden,
Under love's
do I
heavy
sink.
burden, do I sink.
Under love's heavy burden, do I sink.
Sing.